Welcome back. Today I'm going to go over the most basic lighting setups to help get you started when making your own short films. Now there are countless ways to light a set, so I couldn't possibly show you all of them. These are just the most commonly used techniques for both drama and comedy. We'll start with the classic 3-point lighting setup. This consists of a key light, a fill light, and a backlight. The key light is the brightest light in the setup. This is always placed in front of the subject, opposite side of camera. This creates shadow and gives the subject depth. The fill light is dimmer than the key light. This is just used to fill in the shadows created by the key light. And finally, the backlight, which is placed behind the subject on either side. This is just used to illuminate the back of the subject to help separate them from the background. Now, onto different styles of lighting. These all stem from the basic 3-point setup. When filming a comedy, you'll most often use high key lighting. This is when you heighten the key light as well as the fill light, drastically reducing or even completely eliminating shadow. This is used to mirror the lightheartedness of the story, but you can always do the opposite to make it different or interesting. The best example of this being a dark comedy. And that brings us to low-key lighting. This is my personal favorite style of lighting. This is when you reduce or even eliminate the fill light in your shot. This creates more shadow, more depth, and in my honest opinion makes the subject look way more interesting. The most common styles of low-key lighting are Rembrandt lighting and split lighting. Rembrandt lighting is named after the famous painter. He would always place lights at a 45-degree angle in front of a subject. This would completely illuminate one side of the subject's face and create a triangle of light under the opposite eye and leave that opposite side of the face in shadow. This is most commonly used for protagonists in a drama. It's mysterious, even sometimes scary, but not villainous. That's what split lighting is for. This is when the key light is placed directly next to the subject on either side. This completely illuminates one side of the face, while leaving the other side lost in shadow. This visually reflects the villain's complexity. I use Rembrandt lighting in all of my videos. It's my favorite style of lighting. I know it doesn't match the lightheartedness of my videos, but I don't care. It's my show, I do what I want. Now on to practical lighting and motivated lighting. These technically are different, but I consider them the same thing. It's using light sources that are visible in the frame to your advantage. Put simply, things that would be there in real life. For instance, a lamp, an overhead light bulb, etc. With the right set dressing, sometimes practicals can do most of the work for you. You just have to be creative. That just about covers basic interior lighting. Now on to exterior lighting. This is what is most commonly referred to as natural film lighting. This is the best because it's free, like I've said in previous videos. You just have to modify it to fit the needs of your scene. This, however, can be tricky sometimes because the sun is very unreliable. The best times to shoot outside are during golden hour, the hour before the sun sets, and blue hour, the hour after the sun sets. You have seen countless shots during golden hour in most Hollywood movies, and for good reason. You don't really have to worry about overexposure, you don't have to worry about harsh shadows caused by overhead lighting, the sun being at high noon, and it's the easiest to have the subjects backlit, which looks fantastic. This shot also has a nice, warm, orange hue to it. This perfectly complements a lighthearted scene, like a fine wine perfectly complements a steak. On the other hand, a blue hour shot is most commonly used for dramatic scenes. This works best for isolation shots, where the protagonist is alone in a large open space. The name comes from the image having a cooler, bluish hue to it. And those are the most common lighting techniques and setups. Like every other topic I discuss, these are just guidelines. These are not rules set in stone. Be creative and have fun. Just take the time to research some of the best DPs and cinematographers. You'll find that most of them are experimental, innovative, they break the rules. Like they say, steal from the best. I'm going to leave the links for the lights I recommend in the description. I also highly recommend renting over buying, especially when you're first starting out, because you don't want to spend a ton of money on lights just to have them sit around while you try to think of new ideas. I strongly recommend borrow lenses. I've rented from them a few times and it was such an easy process, and I will continue to do so. If you have any questions at all about any gear or anything, please don't hesitate to ask. I read all of the comments and I get back to everybody. And that's the video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell to get notified every time a new video comes out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Yeah, I wanna run off and fly.